Oh, sorry. I won't be able to stream because I'm not the host. Okay. Are you there? Folakemi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Okay.
Please go and stream. Go and stream. Go and stream. I can't stream because I'm not the host.
Yes, it's streaming. We're streaming.
Okay, so I must stream the talking then. Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us from. It's a bright and beautiful morning in the city of Lagos, and we are happy to welcome you back to school. It's day 4, and it's the first day of week 2. And we are excited to have you here. This morning, we're going to be having a business management class this morning. So please permit me to share my screen, and then we'll go from there. Share my screen, and then we'll go from there.
Business bookkeeping. You know, as the word sounds, bookkeeping is just all about keeping books. It's all about keeping records. We'll just go straight into it and see what God will have us do. So we'll be looking at bookkeeping, 3 core areas today in this our study. As the word the first thing is the overview. Bookkeeping is just all about keeping books. It's all about keeping records. Bookkeeping. The second just go straight into it and then see what God will have us do. So we'll be looking at bookkeeping, 3 core areas today in this our study. Bookkeeping, the first thing is the overview. Is just all about keeping books. It's all about keeping records. Bookkeeping. The second just go straight into it and then see what God will have us do. So we'll be looking at bookkeeping, 3 core areas. Business entrepreneurs, bookkeeping will attend our Dsap Business Academy, where such topics are keeping records is also free. The second when you search Dsap Business Academy or search our Dsap website, Business Entrepreneurs, find out where we have to attend our Dsap Business Academy, where such topics are keeping records is mainly through the bookkeeping, research aspect of accounting. It's essentially the accounting process of search our Dsap website, Business Entrepreneurs, to find out where we have to it's essentially the accounting turnover, your total sales. Your total sales. If you are, I want to use bread making today for most of our illustrations. Okay, you say, for instance, that you produce 100 units or loaves of bread, a type of bread. Can we just call it fruit bread? 100 loaves of fruit bread. That's what you produce. And you have chosen by your pricing strategy to fix it at 300 naira per loaf. I'm using naira because we are in Nigeria, so it could be any of your own currency. All right, so if we say that we are producing 100 loaves of fruit bread and we sell each loaf for 300 naira, it simply means that we have 30,000 naira. That's our total business turnover or our total sales. All right, so it's important that you need to record. If you don't record that you produce 100 units and you will sell at 30 naira, how do you, at 300 naira, how do you know? How do you achieve the fact? How do you know that you are making a turnover of 30,000 naira every day? If you multiply that by the number of days you do it in a month, it will give you the figure, your total turnover for a week, for a month, for 3 months, for half a year, 6 months, or for 1 year, and so on and so forth. So the second one is that it also helps you to establish total sales and total expenses. We've told us that total sales is equal to turnover. We already know what it is. It is the total cost of all the materials that all our products or services multiplied by the unit price. All right? Oh, okay. So what about total expenses? Total expenses is also the total, the summary, the total of all the costs you incurred in producing that 100 loaves of bread, of fruit bread. Let's just, for analysis sake, just say you are spending like 20,000 to produce 100 loaves of bread. If that happens, 20,000 to produce 100 loaves. Okay, the third one that talks about the total cost of each unit of a product or service. Mind you, we said that our total cost of producing 100 loaves is 20,000 naira. That means a unit cost, the total cost of 1 unit of that loaf of bread, 1 loaf of bread will be how much? 220 naira. So it will be 200 naira. Is that not so? A unit price, yes, will be 200 naira. Yes, 200 naira. 100. Okay, 20,000 divided by 100, it's 200 naira. So we now know that our total sales is 30,000. Our total cost is 20,000, and our unit cost per product is 200 naira. Okay, so because you're keeping records, it helps you to arrive at this price. You can calculate. If you're the one who just buys things and produce your bread and sells without recording, the question there is, how do you know you're making profit? So the next one is to help you ascertain your business profit. When you minor, when you deduct your cash sales from your total sales, it will give you your credit sales. That is the money that people are owing you. The debtors are owing you. The same thing it is for purchases. Okay, on credit, when you purchase, when you bought raw materials for cash, you pay cash. It is called cash purchases. When you buy raw materials or some of your input on credit, it's also called credit purchases. So you are able to know from your total purchases of 20,000 we saw earlier on, how many of them, how much of it is cash and how much is was bought on credit. Why do we need this? Don't worry. We will find out why we need it in the next one. The sixth item, the sixth reason why we need to maintain a proper bookkeeping record is to enable us know our total assets and our total liabilities. Don't worry, don't get confused by assets and liabilities. These are simple terminologies. Okay, asset is simply everything a business owns that it uses in producing its products and services. Everything it engages. For our bread making bakery, all your mixers, your ovens, okay, your electronic weighing machine, your baking pans, all of these are part of your assets, okay? But these are called fixed assets because you don't consume them as you produce. You use them over time. There are other ones called current asset. They are the things that you consume each time you produce. Things like your flour, like your sugar, like your butter, okay, and all the rest of your other consumables. So all these form your asset, form your total asset. But everything in your business might not be your asset. Take for instance, if you bought your oven, okay, on credit, you bought it on hire purchase, for instance, and the cost of that oven, you say, for instance, it's 100,000 naira, and you deposit only 20,000 naira, and they allow you to go away with the oven. So it simply means that your asset in that business is 20,000 naira part of that oven, while 80,000 is your liability. So liabilities are what you owe outsiders that are in your business. The things you have in your business. Sometimes some of your liability could be in current, can also be current. Like you bought flowers, you bought some of your margarine on credit, you bought sugar on credit. Okay, those things that you bought on credit are called liabilities because they belong to third parties until you have fully paid. They are not yours. All right. Okay, so the seventh one. The seventh item here we are considering now is it helps us to understand our business cash flow. Your recording of your transactions will help you to know, for instance, every day, how much do you pay out to your suppliers through your purchases? Or how much do you receive from your buyers through your sales? You can have a record of that. You know, and then when you know that for a day, you will know that for a week. You can also keep a record of that. You sum everything up, every week up to give you a month. And every 3 months will give you a quarter, and so on and so forth. So it will help you to know how your cash flows. Okay, it can also show you where your cash flows. Of all your input, you will know which one you're spending more on. You can know which one you're spending more on. All right, so it's very important to keep a record. Your record keeping will help you to establish your cash flow. Number 8, the 8th item, the 8th reason why we need bookkeeping is very important, tax purposes. When you don't have your records right, the tax authority will tax you based on their own estimation. And many of the time, it's always overbloated. We all know that taxations are based on your profit. But when you don't have a record of your profit, they will only establish your profit. They will estimate your profit for you and tax you based on that. You won't be able to say, no, you have overtaxed me. Why? Because you don't have a record. So it's good to keep your record. When the tax authority bring their tax assessment and you have stayed and checked your record from all your profit, you're able to deduce your profit from your total sales and total expenses over a period to know what your profit is. If the tax, maybe they say 15%. If they tax you 20%, you will be able to go and contend that evaluation, that assessment. You can go and contest it. But if you don't have such record, what do you use to what will you use to contest? No, you will only be paying tax authority. You will only be servicing them for what you are not earning. Okay, the ninth one is for business decisions. We need bookkeeping for business decision. I just told us earlier on, if you have your records right, if you have your total sales and total expenses, and you have your daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly, or even annual records, when you look through those figures will speak to you. Sometimes it will help you to know where or who you are paying more. It will help you to know which of your total clients or customers that are buying more from you, because your record will show. Your record per customer will show who are your main customers, who are your key customers. It will help you now to make up decisions, to make some business decisions. Sometimes you observe from your record that your product is seasonal. There's a period when you are struggling to catch up with demand. Meanwhile, there are other periods where if you're not careful, you produce, and there were so many returns over a period. Okay, so if you know that record, when it comes to that season, you will reduce your quantity you're producing. Otherwise, you continue to have wastages. Wastages are simply, they will add to your cost, which will eat into your profit. So it's very good that you keep records. Your figures speak to you. They speak to you if you can look at them. It will also help you to know which of your expenses is hitting you hard. Sometimes, when you discover that this is what you can go and renegotiate, or you can look for another source of those purchases. I mean, if you're buying from a particular customer who is so uncompromisingly high in their price, you can go elsewhere. You will not know unless you keep records. So record is one of the things that helps you to make that. Okay, so when you have known all this, now the question there is, how do we keep the records? How am I sure I am keeping the proper attention record for my business? Now let's consider the rules. Rule number 1 is that you record all transactions. It's already given from all I've said. Every transaction you ever get engaged in your business, record them. No matter how small, no matter how large, record them. Everything that took money out of your business or brought money into your business, record them. Keep a record all transactions. Keep a record of all transactions, no matter how small. Sometimes people don't know how much they spend. They spend on calling credits. Just take time each time you load your phone. Okay, if you're on pay as you go. Okay, each time you load your phone, record it for your business anyway. Record it, and at the end of the day, you add them up. End of the week, you add them up. You'll be amazed what that information will give you. The second rule is separate your business fund from your personal funds. There is nothing as dangerous as mixing your personal funds with your business funds. They said that particularly for startups, legally, the Bible said it's the same person. Okay, if you don't have a limited liability company, okay, they say legally the company and the person are the same. So some of us now have taken it as a reason to keep all our funds together. No, keep your business funds from your personal funds. Each time your business is running out of money and you need to give money from your personal account, record it as loan to your business. Document it. So when your business has a profit rebound, you can pay yourself back that loan at most at the least give a non-interest bearing loan. And sometimes you charge loan because you're moving that money from account. If you move it from an account, at least you charge the savings interest rate. Okay, so separate your money. It is most dangerous, particularly for people who start baking bread in their home. You use the gas in your house or use the electricity in your house. Okay, all the gadgets, all the equipment are the things you have in your house. And then at the end of the day, you will only add the cost of a few of those current inputs, like your flour, your sugar, and stuff. And sometimes you run out of sugar, you go to your house, to your stock in the house, your family sugar, and take part of it, and you don't record it, and you will think that your business is cheap. Your business is not cheap. Your business is not. No, you are only understating your expenses, and it's going to come haunting you in the future, because you might be selling at a loss and don't know until your business moves away from your house before you will realize it. Okay, so the third reason why we must, third rule is that we must bank all sales. Okay, we must bank all sale proceeds. We must every sales you make, put the money in the bank. Don't spend money. Don't spend money from the cash they just paid you. Take the cash, go pay them into your account, and every expenditure, draw them from your account. Let me tell you one thing it does for you. You will never lose track of any funds. That's one simple way to keep your record. Anytime you pick up your bank statement, you can add up all your expenses, match them with your record. All right, because sometimes in the heat of business, you might forget to record in your cash book some of the sales you made or some of the expenses you made. But if you can see your bank statement and every expense is withdrawn from the bank, at most, when you're withdrawing a bulk sum for several expenses, keep a list of those things, all right, and attach them to your withdrawal document. These 10 items I am buying, okay, you can tag them to a particular withdrawal. So make sure that you bank all your sales and you withdraw from your bank all your expenses. That is rule number 3. Rule number 4 is reconcile your cash book against your bank statement of account at least once every month. Do them monthly. Why? Banks, they are run by human beings. Okay, they make mistakes. Sometimes they post the deposit you have paid, you have made into your account, they post it to a wrong account. So if you don't check your account, if you don't reconcile your cash book and your bank statement, you might not know the funds that are missing. Sometimes a debit that was made for another account can be thrown into your own account. So it's good to keep bank statements, bank records. Okay, I didn't mention that from what I've said, you can infer it that one of the best things to do once you start a business, go and open an account for that business. Okay, open an account for that business. So it will help you to lodge in all your deposit, all sales proceeds, okay, and withdraw all your expenses. It's even easier now. You don't even need to issue check in most of the places. You can just issue transfer to them right away. Okay, so it's good that you reconcile your statement of account, your bank statement of account against your cash book, so that you're sure that 2 of them are up to date. Rule number 4 is that, say, engage an auditor or an accounts clerk. Okay, as soon as you can afford it. Don't go and engage them when you can afford it. Continue to do it yourself at the beginning until such a time where your business has grown. It's grown beyond your capacity to run that business and keep this record. Engage an auditor, okay, or an accounts clerk. That will help you to ensure that your records are kept for the reasons we have mentioned earlier on. The next is that review your reports periodically. Review all your periodic report. What do we mean by that? Your bank statement, after they give it to you every month here in Nigeria, or sometimes you can make on the spot demand, all right? But usually statements of account are issued every month. When you have it every month, review it and keep it somewhere, file it somewhere. Okay, next month, the one for next month, file it on top of it. And that way, sometimes when you look at those bank statements, it will speak to you. You will know the month you're doing more business. You will know from your turnover. Sometimes you will see that you have so much money that you're not using now. You don't need to leave them if you run a current account. You can move them into interest earning account if you review your statement from time to time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome back to the assembly this morning. Welcome back from our presentation. I think our host for this morning seems to, I'm sure the network is playing up. Oh, she's back there, right?
Thank you very much, sir. I believe that we had a great time learning. Someone on YouTube said, bookkeeping is confusing, but it is doable. And trust us when we say that it is actually doable. All you need to do is follow the laid down rules that you have just been taught and you'll be fine. For those who missed out on the first parts of the video, someone was asking for a brief of points 1 to 6. You can rewatch this video after the assembly. So it's there for you, available on demand. Whenever you need to, you can consult it for your bookkeeping nuggets, right? Thank you very much, Pastor Paul, for taking us through the basics of bookkeeping. All right, before we go this morning, we have a few announcements. Don't get tired of hearing our announcements. We told you at the induction that 70% of your success rate at Dsap is based on how much you follow our instructions. So we'll keep reminding you of these instructions so that you can actually cross the finish line and graduate. So we remind ourselves of the need to sign into our classes with our correct names. I believe that honeymoon is over and the PMAs have removed some students from the Skills Telegram platform already. So please sign in to your Zoom classes with your registered names and please comply with every other instruction you are given. Also over the weekend, I'm sure that we saw the announcement for the graduation auditions. Who else is excited? The graduation auditions will be coming up this week. If you are a spoken words artist, you're an instrumentalist, you're a singer, you're a comedian, you're a professional MC, that call is for you. The graduation is an exciting event, and we look forward to having all of these beautiful, lovely performances to make it a very grand one. Okay, so please reach out to your governors, send them your name and your WhatsApp number so that they can forward it to the set officials, and then we'll take it from there. Please do not hide your talents, do not hide your gifts, bring them all out and let them be a blessing to other people, right? I believe that's about it on our announcements for today. Am I correct? I believe that we do not have any further announcements, but let me just ask to be sure. Sister Sade, ID, do we have any other announcements? Pastor P, do we have any announcements, sir? Have I missed? Did I miss anyone?
I should be asking you. I am an observer today. Do you have any announcements?
I believe that I have made the 2 announcements for today. Okay, yes. Folashade says no, ma. Okay.
Okay. All right, wait. While this is going on, it's also important to begin to prepare our students to be ready for our evaluation. You know, this school will end by next week. classes will end by next week. So it's very important that we know that in advance, that at the end, by Monday next week, we should be giving you the opportunity, dear students, to evaluate us. You know, your evaluation is one of the key things you give us that is very important to us. All right. We need that so that we can continuously improve on our performance. If you're right, if whatever we do right, let us know so we can keep doing them better and better. Okay. Whatever you also believe that I've not done so well, please let us also be informed. I also want to seize this opportunity to announce, so give us a very good news, a very exciting news. Our leadership has been over the previous weekend, this last immediate past weekend, a very key decision was made that we want to seize this opportunity to inform us as students. There's something we started at the beginning of the school. We started giving you access to your daily class videos. Okay, but we started only with the system-based skills since they do not have pre-recorded videos. But over the weekend, our leadership, our top management, operational management also agreed that we should begin to give you your class videos only for your recap. That means the one of this week will be shared, maybe will be given to you. That's from Monday to Wednesday video, class videos. The link will be given to you between Wednesday and Thursday this week. So before the end of today, I believe we'll be able to give you access to that of last week. So if you need to do a recap, if you need to check again what your teachers said, what your facilitators said I did not understand, but please know that this access is not supposed to last for more than 1 week, because we back them up and we purge them from that facility where they are currently stored on a Zoom account. All right, so please, when we share this, once we purge, don't ask us, because we will no longer give you. We will not have access to it. Daystar would have moved it out to Daystar storage. That is beyond us. To get that, we will need to write official letter with all sorts of approvals. So please, while we want to give you this, it should not become an administrative bottleneck for us. This is the first time since we started online program that we're giving students access to their class videos. So please, we don't want anyone to abuse that this privilege. And don't also ask us to download it, because you cannot download our videos because of intellectual property rights we have on them. Thank you very much. I'm back to you, Mr. Folakemi.
Thank you very much, sir. I believe that we can close the assembly now. PMAs, you can please start your class immediately, and let's all have a productive day. God bless you.